After the age of 60, many people begin to notice subtle but persistent changes. Legs feeling heavier after just a short walk, knees that ache in the morning, or hips that seem stiffer than before. While it's tempting to blame these issues entirely on aging, research shows that diet plays a much bigger role than most seniors realize. In fact, certain fruits, yes, fruits can quietly sabotage your leg strength and joint health. The problem isn't that fruit is bad in general, but that some contain high levels of sugars, acids, or compounds that fuel inflammation, leach minerals from your bones, or disrupt muscle recovery. And because these fruits are often marketed as healthy, many seniors eat them daily without suspecting they might be the hidden reason behind their mobility problems. Today, we'll uncover 6 fruits you should avoid or strictly limit after 60 if you want to walk with ease, protect your knees, and keep your legs strong well into your 70s and 80s. Let's start with one that most people never suspect. Number 1. Grapes at first glance. Grapes look like the perfect senior-friendly snack, soft, juicy, and loaded with antioxidants like resveratrol. But here's the problem. Grapes are also extremely high in natural sugars, particularly glucose and fructose. For seniors, high sugar intake can lead to chronic low-grade inflammation, which directly worsens joint pain by irritating the protective cartilage between bones. A 2020 study from the Journal of Inflammation Research found that diets high in fructose significantly increased inflammatory markers in older adults, leading to more stiffness and swelling in the knees and hips. On top of that, grapes have a relatively high glycemic index for fruit, meaning they can cause sharp spikes and crashes in blood sugar. These swings don't just affect energy, they can actually weaken leg muscles over time by impairing insulin's ability to deliver amino acids to muscle cells. And for seniors who may already be dealing with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, frequent grape consumption can accelerate muscle loss, making it harder to maintain balance and stability. Even the skin of grapes, which contains beneficial compounds, also carries residues of pesticides, if not thoroughly washed, adding an extra inflammatory burden to the body. Number 2. Pineapple. Pineapple is one of those fruits that carries a health halo. It's bright, sweet, exotic, and often associated with tropical vacations and wellness retreats. Many seniors eat it, believing it's a treat packed with vitamins. And while it's true that pineapple contains vitamin C and small amounts of manganese, its effects on leg strength and joint health after 60 are far more complicated than most people realize. First, let's talk about its sugar load. Pineapple contains about 16 grams of sugar per cup, and that sugar is primarily in the form of fructose and glucose. In younger bodies with faster metabolisms, that might not be an issue. But in seniors, where insulin sensitivity is often reduced, these sugars can cause significant spikes in blood glucose, followed by rapid drops. This constant up and down cycle doesn't just sap energy, it interferes with how your muscles replenish glycogen, the stored fuel they need for walking, climbing, stairs, or even getting up from a chair. Over time, this means your legs fatigued more quickly, your balance may worsen, and recovery after activity becomes slower. Now let's look at its acidity. Pineapple is one of the most acidic fruits, with a pH around 3.5. While that tangy bite may taste refreshing, it can be corrosive to tooth enamel, which naturally thins with age. Seniors already tend to chew less vigorously if their teeth are sensitive or weakened, which in turn limits protein intake, and protein is crucial for maintaining muscle mass in the legs. This indirect effect can contribute to a slow but steady loss of strength. Acidic foods can also aggravate conditions like acid reflux or gastritis, which are much more common after 60 due to changes in the lower esophageal sphincter. Chronic reflux not only damages the esophagus, but also leads people to avoid nutrient-dense foods that might trigger symptoms, reducing overall dietary quality. There's also a misleading factor with pineapple. Its bromelain content is an enzyme shown in some studies to reduce inflammation and swelling, which sounds ideal for joints. However, the highest concentrations are in the core and stem of the fruit, not the sweet yellow flesh most people consume. Unless you're eating the tough central core, which few do, the bromelain benefit is minimal. And here's the paradox. While bromelain may help inflammation, the high sugar content of pineapple can drive it back up, especially in joints already under stress from osteoarthritis. Studies in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging have found that high fructose diets correlate with elevated C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation strongly linked to increased joint discomfort. Another overlooked point is how pineapple interacts with certain medications. Seniors who take beta blockers for heart conditions or ACE inhibitors for blood pressure need to be cautious because pineapple's high potassium levels, while generally healthy, can be problematic in individuals whose kidneys don't filter efficiently. This can lead to muscle cramps, irregular heart rhythms, and worsening leg fatigue, the opposite of what you want if your goal is to maintain mobility. And finally, for those with gout, pineapple's fructose can raise uric acid levels, potentially triggering painful flare-ups in the joints of the feet, knees, and ankles. In short, while pineapple can be enjoyed occasionally, regular or large, servings can undermine the very leg strength and joint comfort seniors are trying to preserve. The sugar spikes, acidic erosion, possible medication interactions, and misleading bromelain hype make it a risky choice for daily consumption in anyone over 60 who values mobility and comfort. Number 3. Cherries. Cherries are often celebrated for their vibrant color and sweet tart flavor, and they've gained popularity among seniors for their supposed anti-inflammatory benefits, especially in relation to gout. While it's true that cherries contain anthocyanins, compounds with antioxidant properties, a single cup of sweet cherries contains around 18 grams of sugar. This not only causes energy crashes, but also increases inflammation within the synovial fluid, the lubricant in your joints, making movements like bending. Moreover, while tart cherry juice is often recommended for gout relief, not the tart kind used in studies, and often contain added sugars that completely negate any potential anti-inflammatory advantage. The high fructose load can also raise uric acid levels. That may reduce appetite and protein intake, indirectly affecting leg muscle maintenance. Cherries also have a moderate glycemic index, which means they can cause repeated small spikes in blood sugar throughout the day if eaten as snacks between meals. A metabolic pattern linked to faster muscle breakdown and reduced recovery after activity in people over 60, and while frozen or canned cherries are widely available year-round, these options often have syrup or preservatives that further contribute to inflammation and water retention. In essence, while cherries can be an occasional summer treat, frequent consumption, especially of sweet varieties, can subtly erode both muscle strength and joint comfort in seniors aiming to stay mobile and pain-free. Number 4, mango. Mango is often marketed as a superfruit because it's rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and a variety of plant compounds. But for seniors over 60 focused on maintaining strong legs and healthy joints, it can be more of a hidden threat than a daily ally. A single medium mango contains about 45 grams of sugar, and for older individuals with reduced insulin sensitivity, this can translate into prolonged high blood sugar levels that promote chronic inflammation throughout the body, increasing swelling and stiffness, while also interfering with the muscles' ability to recover from everyday strain. Mango is also high in certain acids that may worsen symptoms in seniors who already experience acid reflux or gastritis, conditions that tend to become more common with age due to weakened esophageal muscles and slower digestion. Another underappreciated risk is its high calorie density for a fruit. There's also the issue of potassium overload for seniors taking medications like a CE kidneys that no longer filter as efficiently, resulting in leg cramps, muscle weakness, or even dangerous heart rhythm changes. And while mango's carotenoids are often praised for eye health, they don't offset the reality that eating this fruit in large quantities, multiple times a week, can contribute to the very metabolic imbalances that accelerate sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Mango may quietly work against their goals of staying strong, steady, and pain-free, making it a fruit best reserved for rare occasions, rather than daily indulgence. Number 5, watermelon. Watermelon is often seen as one of the safest and most refreshing fruits, especially during the summer. But for seniors over 60 who want to preserve leg strength and keep joints comfortable, it can present several hidden drawbacks when eaten in large amounts. While it is true that watermelon is about 92% water and can help with hydration, its high glycemic index around 72 means it causes a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by a sharp crash. For older adults with slower glucose metabolism, these spikes and dips can leave muscles deprived of steady energy, reducing endurance during walking or physical activity and contributing to that heavy, fatigued feeling in the legs. Watermelon also contains a significant amount of fructose, which in excess has been linked to higher levels of inflammatory markers in the blood, particularly C-reactive protein CRP, known to worsen osteoarthritis symptoms. This combination of high GI and fructose load can also impair the body's ability to repair microscopic muscle damage after activity, slowing recovery and leading to gradual strength loss. Furthermore, while the fruit is low in calories, it's easy to consume large portions, sometimes over a liter of blended juice in a single sitting, which can dilute stomach acid and impair digestion of proteins, indirectly affecting muscle maintenance over time. Another overlooked factor is that watermelon is high in lycopene, which is generally beneficial in moderation, but in high doses can interact with certain medications, like blood thinners, potentially increasing bruising, or prolonging recovery from minor injuries, both of which can impact mobility in seniors, and for those prone to water retention due to heart or kidney conditions. The large volume of fluid from overeating watermelon can add to swelling in the legs and ankles, increasing discomfort and stiffness in nearby joints, while a small slice on a hot day is harmless. Making watermelon a frequent or large part of the diet can work. Against the goal of keeping legs strong and joints flexible in later years. Number 6. Bananas. Bananas are one of the most common fruits in the world and often seen as a convenient, healthy snack for all ages. But for seniors over 60 aiming to maintain strong legs and healthy joints, eating them daily, especially in larger amounts, can create several hidden issues. Bananas are rich in potassium, which is generally beneficial for muscle and nerve function. But in older adults with reduced kidney efficiency, excess potassium can accumulate in the blood, leading to hyperkalemia, a condition that can cause muscle weakness, cramps, irregular heart rhythms, and even dangerous cardiac events. This is particularly concerning for those taking ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, as these medications already raise potassium levels. Beyond potassium, bananas are high in carbohydrates, with a medium banana containing around 14 grams of sugar and a glycemic index that can be moderate to high depending on ripeness. Fully ripe bananas, which are often sweeter and softer, have a much higher glycemic load, causing sharper spikes in blood sugar that feed low-grade inflammation in the joints and impair the body's ability to deliver amino acids to muscles after activity, slowing repair, and promoting gradual strength loss. Bananas are also relatively low in magnesium and calcium, minerals that are crucial for muscle contraction and bone density, meaning they offer little to offset the potential downsides of their sugar content for seniors already battling sarcopenia or osteoarthritis. Another overlooked problem is their potential to contribute to weight gain if eaten frequently, in addition to other carbohydrate sources, as extra body weight increases stress on the knees, hips, and ankles, accelerating joint wear. And while bananas contain resistant starch when underripe, which can be beneficial for gut health, most people prefer them fully ripe, at which point this starch has converted into simple sugars that provide a quick but short-lived burst of energy, followed by a crash, a pattern that can leave the legs feeling heavier and less stable throughout the day. While occasional bananas are harmless, daily or excessive consumption in later years can quietly undermine the balance, joint comfort, and muscular resilience that active seniors work so hard to protect. As we've seen, not all fruits are equally friendly to aging muscles and joints. And while each of the 6 we discussed, grapes, pineapple, cherries, mango, watermelon, and bananas, can have certain nutritional benefits, the reality is that their sugar content, acidity, glycemic impact, and potential interactions with age-related health conditions or medications can make them less than ideal for seniors over 60 aiming to maintain leg strength and joint comfort. It's not about banning fruit altogether, it's about understanding how your body changes with age and making smarter choices that support mobility instead of undermining it. High sugar intake, even from natural sources, can feed low-grade inflammation that wears away at cartilage, making knees and hips stiffer, while frequent blood sugar spikes sap muscle endurance and slow recovery after everyday activities. Acidic fruits can erode enamel and irritate the stomach, which in turn can limit the foods you're willing or able to eat, leading to deficiencies in protein and minerals vital for muscle and bone health. And potassium-rich fruits, while beneficial in moderation, can become a risk for those with declining kidney function or on certain medications, creating muscle weakness instead of preventing it. The key for seniors is to focus on fruits with a lower glycemic impact, higher fiber content, and strong anti-inflammatory properties like berries, kiwi, or small portions of pomegranate, while keeping the higher sugar, high acid, or potassium-heavy options as occasional treats. Pairing fruit with protein, such as yogurt or nuts, can also help blunt blood sugar spikes and give your muscles the amino acids they need to stay strong. Aging well is about strategy, not deprivation, and by making informed swaps, you can still enjoy sweetness in your diet while protecting the legs and joints that keep you independent, active, and enjoying life for decades to come.